All right, getting ready to do another Rivals of Ixalan intermediate draft. Theros is out right now, but I never drafted that format. I came back into the game at Shadows over Innistrad, and I watched a couple of drafts online, and I am not prepared to jump into that. Plus, play points are kind of hard to come by. I don't really have a lot I want to throw away at something I'm gonna crash and burn. But let's see. Rivals, I do know. So let's see what's up in this mediocre opening pack. All right. So what are we working with here? It's a lot of like medium cards here, which is making it kind of hard to pick, if you ask me. So strength of the pack is really good for a really go wide deck. Colossal Dreadmaw solid. Kite Sail Corsair. It's good in a kind of aggressive or evasion E decks. Jungleborn Pioneer is a solid card. Suncrested Pterodon is good. Squire's Devotion. The two Forerunners are solid. I prefer the Legion over the Coalition. And then you got Form of the Dinosaur, which is kind of strange. Card. I don't really know what to make of it. But I think what we're going to go with for this pack is... I don't know. This is a real tough one. Suncrested Pterodon goes in a lot of decks, and it's pretty good. So I'm going to go with that. Okay, so we're in white. Legion Lieutenant, super strong card. It's a good Pirate Lord. There's not too much else going on in this pack that I'm interested in. They took the rare, so not sure what that was. Sailor means you can build a really like control-y deck that can splash a lot of things with that card, but I think I'm gonna take a speculative Legion Lieutenant. Whew, okay, so this pack is also interesting. All the cards that I would want to pick are not cards that go with my first two. They're mainly the either Bombard or Forerunner of the Empire. I've seen Forerunner do work, and it's still pretty early, and Suncrested Pterodon kind of goes with it. So I think I'm going to pick that up over Bombard. Hunter Week's also good, solid. Knight of the Stampede can be good if you go for a big dino deck, but I like Forerunner here. But we're not, we don't have to necessarily play it. Here, I think the strongest card, which happens to be two cards, is the Exultant Sky Archer. Obviously, you gotta go for that foil value, so I get like 0.0002 tickets instead of 0.0001. Okay, this is a pretty late Bombard. So I'm gonna go for the Bombard here. The other cards I would consider, Mutiny solid, but not next to a Bombard. Sanguine Glorifier goes with a couple of our picks, but Bombard's definitely the strongest card. We can end up red-white, maybe splash black if we have enough vampires, but we're kind of split between two tribes here, so we'll see how this shakes out. Again, it's very late Hunt the Week. We're seeing some strong red cards too, or solid in Straggling Corsair. Doesn't really interest me. Evolving Wilds can be a choice here. It looks like we're kind of might want to splash black. It lets us do some other splashing if we pick up something else. But I think what we're gonna do is go with the Evolving Wilds. It's always important to get fixing kind of in this format, even if you only have some double colors spells in your two main colors. It's still good. So having what we have here, none of these cards are super great. I think I'm going to go for the Legion Conquistador. It's still pretty early. Our Legion Lieutenant gets a lot better if we do want to splash it. And it's a solid card if you pick up multiples, which it looks like we might be able to do here. Suncrested Pterodon I think is a better card, but I think it'd be nice to get the Legion Conquistador going. Again, we could go into black and splash red if that's the way it goes. So it looks like green is pretty open. We saw some late Hunt the Weeks And now we got, three pretty high pick green cards. The problem is we're not looking at green too much. So we have our whites here. Obviously you can do like red, white, green dino kind of thing. But then red might be our secondary color if we go for one of these double greens. I'm just going to go for the Swaggering Corsair. Jeez. Green is really open, but I'm just going to go second Evolving Wilds. That kind of fixes all of our mana. I like to shake the foundations a lot. It's pretty late. Okay, well at this point I'm going to pick up Colossal Dreadmaw. I'm not going to fight it much more. I like the Cleansing Ray as a sideboard card. It's pretty solid. Brazen Freebooter can work. So we have a lot of stuff to splash. So if we open a bomb, I think we could basically fit anything that shares one color in our deck or is a single color bomb, like the Dryad that just spits out sapling. I don't know what they're called. Saplings. All right, let's look at this pack. So we have another Hunt the Week, and green was pretty open. I'm not excited about this Majestic Heliopterus or this Imperial Ceratops. This card is actually pretty good given we have Forerunner and Shake the Foundation, but it's kind of awkward to splash a cheap card because you're going to have your fixing like by turn 2, which is not necessarily going to happen. And it looks like we're leaning red-white, which isn't actually my favorite color combination. We could ignore our current colors, pick up a Hunt the Week, and maybe abandon white and go red green if it's that open and splash for white for like Pterodon, which I'm not too upset with. We kind of have to make a decision here. If we keep on like hovering between vampires and then all the dino stuff, everything's just gonna be medium. So I think I'm gonna go for a Hunt the Week here. That's something splashable too. It's a solid card. And then we can decide what to do going forward. So looking at this pack, a couple of solid blue and black cards, but we're not going for any of those. So our real choices here, I would say, are Stormfleet, Swashbuckler, Divine Verdict, Stampeding Horncrest, and Goblin Trailblazer. So I'm going to put this on the side. I don't think that's something we're going to end up doing. We're most likely to play, I think, red at this point. Our stronger cards are in it. And it looks like it's going to go better with our green cards. So I'm going to choose red over white. I think this Stormfleet Swashbuckler, this doesn't go well with Shake the Foundation. This card is easy to pick up later. I'm going to go for the Stormfleet. Okay, so we already have a Shake the Foundation. I don't think we need a second one. I like Sea Red a lot, but is that what we're trying to do? Sun-Colored Raptor can be good in games that go long. I really don't like World Shaper. It's not very exciting. We can take another Shake the Foundation, which is good if we pick up some enraged creatures. But I think Sea Red has a high enough upside. Okay, so Golden Demise, solid card. Actually, a really good card. We just aren't going to pick it up here. We're not necessarily off the red-white game here. The choices I'm looking at, Relentless Raptor, which is a really strong 2-drop, especially if you throw something like Sea Red on there. Stampeding Horncrest, for the reasons I discussed. I think we have enough fixing if we really need a splash for something. I'm not high on the Traveler's Amulet. We can go for a second Colossal Dreadmaw, but I don't think... I'm going to go for this Relentless Raptor. I think it's the strongest card. We can still splash our green if we want. Ooh, okay. So we can kind of change the game plan here. We have kind of aggressive cards in red, but we also have a card that can search for this Primal Dawn, and we also have this, which can ramp a little bit. We have some defensive cards. We got Evolving Wilds to splash something like Hunt the Week. I haven't played with this card. I don't know if this is the best choice, But I definitely want to go for it. Check it out. Okay, this is another solid pack. This Relentless Raptor is good for the same reasons we described, but I think the game plan is starting to change a little bit. I will try to do that for you, Sonny Nelson. I will try to pick the best cards. It's tough, though. It's tough. So, I'm thinking this Relentless Raptor is the best creature. Pirate's Pillage is actually pretty good if we're trying to ramp to this and find it. And then Mutiny is a solid removal. I'm going to go for the Pirate's Pillage. Okay, a second Forerunner is pretty sick. It gives us more chances to find this Ziltalpa. If we have both of them out, we can ping everything for 2, which isn't necessarily the best thing for what our deck's trying to do, but we can control that. I think another Legion Conquistador here is good. We're going to want to slow this game down a bit. We'll take this Raptor Companion, though it's not very exciting. I think it's still better than... Let's look at my curve here. I don't think this Colossal Dreadmaw is going to make the deck, but I think this Hunt the Weak can, with 3 ways to splash for it. And we want some removal, since we're going to want to just survive until we get out our bomb if we don't have a really fast start. So we'll bring that in. Okay. Stampeding Horncrest is solid. Another Shake the Foundation. We have 1. Do we want 2? I mean, it's Nambo with this Raptor Companion. It'll basically kill it. But does draw us a card, gets us a little closer. I think it has higher upside than the Psycholoid Raptor. I'll take another Stampeding Horncrest. Ooh, I like Fanatical Firebrand. It's better if you have like a Needle Tooth or something. You can ping it, kill a big thing. But I'm kind of liking how this is going. It's a little awkward since we have like half aggressive cards and half cards that want us to get to Ziltalpa. Dude, this thing is freaking huge. Its mouth is like bigger than a huge temple. Okay. Not a very exciting pack for us. There's literally 2 cards in our colors, and they're both mediocre. And then even our splashable third color is not that great. So I think I'm gonna go for this Legion's Judgment just for the sideboard. I really don't like the Frenzied Raptor 4/2. Okay, this is better. So Pirate's Cutlass has gone down a bit in value. It's a slower format. We don't really have too many pirates to slap it on, though it's good on this Stormfleet. I think we're going to go for this Bellowing Aegisaur. It's a good combo with the Forerunner because it comes in, pings, and automatically puts a counter on all your creatures. Okay, so same reasoning here. The problem is we don't want too many expensive cards, and we already have an 8-drop, so I'm not going for a second one. Thrasher Raptors is solid in our deck. We have a lot of dinos. Kajali's Collar is something we can consider, since you know, we have a lot of expensive dinos that we want to make cheaper. But I think this Raptor Hatchling is solid. It has the potential of actually doing 4 damage to everything if we have 2 Forerunners out, which is kind of like a board wipe. Lightning Recruit is good for defensive. We won't be untapping it that much, but we don't necessarily have to. Not really excited about anything here. This doesn't work for us because what we're trying to splash is not a creature. Tashana's Wayfinder is actually the best creature here, but I don't know if we're gonna want to splash for it. Hunt the Week's worth it. You know, getting some early double white's worth it. Mana fixing's worth it. I don't know if Tashana Wayfinder is, but am I too excited about playing another Raptor Companion? I don't think so. It doesn't work well, so I'm gonna take this. I might throw it in there. We already have 3 Legion Conquistadors, so I'm gonna go for this Kinjali's Collar. for sure. Geez, another Bellowing Aegisaur? That's kind of ridiculous. I guess I'll take it. If there's a really slow matchup, it could be strong, but I highly doubt I'm playing two. But there's nothing else in here I'm interested in. Okay, this is pretty strong. I think this Bond and Horncrest is something we are interested in doing. Again, it's kind of a weird mix between aggressive creatures and like trying to ramp to things, but we don't necessarily have to play this. We'll still have a really good deck, so we'll see where things land. I just really want to. It's flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, indestructible. Like what? We could put counters on it. I'm still not into this Frenzy Raptor too much, so I'm gonna take the Cobbled Wings for sideboard. I don't think we need any more in the 3-drop spot. We didn't really get there on removal too well, which is unfortunate. You know, these Forerunners can do work on maybe some smaller things. We don't need 2 of these. I'm gonna go for New Horizons. Ooh, glad Thrasher Raptors came back. It's a solid card. This Freebooter might get cut even though it gives us a treasure and ramps us a little bit. There's really nothing too exciting going on with it. We'll go for that if we need to stuff up the bottom, the ground. 5 Shrine Keepers not making the deck. Okay, so we almost have a full deck here. Just need to make some cuts. I think we're low enough. We're low enough on removal where I want to splash the Hunt the Week, and we have a lot of good things to put it on, especially Bellowing Aegisaur. This is also a good combo if we ping the Bellowing Aegisaur here. And obviously, we have 2 things to look it up. So I definitely want to keep... Okay, so we're going to be playing 17 lands for sure. There's going to be 1 forest, 2 of these, and then we'll see how the colors break down. So we need to get our cards down to 23. Right now we're at 28, so that's 5 cuts. I don't think we need to shake the foundations. The sea red is nice, though we don't necessarily need it. You know, if we throw on a Relentless Raptor, they don't have an answer for it. That's pretty solid. This Raptor Companion isn't doing too much for us, I don't think. It's just going to die to a lot of our ping everything spells, and I just don't like the card in general. I don't think we're going to value this 3/3 more than the 2/3 flyer. This is kind of weak to flyers, so just in case we need a blocker, I'm going to keep that in. This Brazen Freebooter is kind of weak. It's not a dino, it doesn't help with this. The only good thing it's doing is making a treasure, but I don't think it's worth keep taking up a spot for it. And now we have basically 1 more card to cut here. Now, I think this is tough. Sure, we want to... So Lightning and Crew is good. It gets 1 damage in a turn, basically, and we have, what, two pirates to untap it, which is nothing special. It's a good blocker that still does damage. Kind of keeps the game going a little bit longer. So I don't really want to cut that. Exultant Sky Marcher is a solid card. Like I said, we need flyers. I don't really want to go below 3 Legion Conquistadors. I think that's kind of the bottom end of what you want. That they do some work. I can cut a Stampeding Horncrest. I don't really need that. We have a pretty strong cheaper cards. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then it kind of mitigates the risk of getting a bunch of really high expensive cards in our hand at once. So I think this is what we're going to do. Let's combine the groups. I just want to see. I usually don't do this, but let's see. So we got double whites, but we have a lot more red. Let's see what it suggests for lands. So it will give us 8 white sources with the Evolving Wilds, 10 red, and 3 green. I think I'm good with that. I'm gonna save. Let's get this back to convert mana costs. Take a snip here. And I think this is how we're gonna send this deck. So let's see how this goes. Alrighty, hopefully this isn't too bad of a train wreck. I usually don't like red-white in this format, but interesting choice here. I'm gonna keep this. We could go turn 1 Fanatical Firebrand to turn 2 Sea Red, which is pretty nasty if they don't have some quick removal, which they might with the colors they're representing here. So this is good. Now we can use it for green. Because it's likely we'll find other planes before we get to 8 mana here. So this is kind of the downside. It's kind of a wasted card in our hand. So if we don't find a better play, I'm going to slap Sea Red on this and go to town. And then next turn, we don't have any 3-drops, so unless we draw one, I'm going to crack the Evolving Wilds next turn. And then this we can use to search up for a bunch of things, depending on what the board state looks like. Let's see. Yep, that's fine. They're down to 3 cards already. We got some powerful cards in our hand. We might take a little bit of damage here. We'll see. Okay, that's a good draw. Just gonna play this, crack it for a forest. So we have our forest. The next turn we could drop Forerunner, which can, you know, kind of block this pretty well. Unless they... Oh, they got their own Forerunner. Let's see what they're getting. Usually that's not a good sign, especially if they're playing all 3 colors. Hopefully it's not Zamaka. Zamaka? That's not ideal. We don't really have anything that can block it too well. They're going to be able to play it. The Suncrested Pterodon can't block it because he can ping it for 1 when it attacks. But let's see what we draw. Another Evolving Wilds can be helpful, but we definitely have to get something down this turn. I'm going to go for my own Forerunner. I don't know if there's something we really want to search up. We have 5 for the Suncrested Pterodon. We can get that down. Then if we draw a land after we draw like a Bellowing Aegisaur, then we could play it and give everything counters. We're going to want to take care of this relatively quickly. So I wonder if we want to play Thrash of Raptors. Problem is we don't have a dinosaur to play after it necessarily. I think I'm just going to do Forerunner of the Empire here. We could search up something like Raptor Companion for a block. We can get... Ooh, we can get... It might be an odd choice since it has to attack. Yeah, let's not do that. I'm trying to think if we really want to use this or not. What dinos do we have? I'm going to consult the snip. So Raptor Hatchling's not that great. Bonin Horncrest can be good. It has to double block, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Thrasher Raptors we have. Stamping Horncrest can trade, but Bellowing Aegisaur, we want to draw land. I think maybe a Bonin Horncrest would be good. I could draw it, still play it next turn. This could double block the Raging Regisaur with the Horncrest, and they could trade the Horncrest for this, but I'm okay with that. I think that's what I'm going to grab. Glad I took that snip. I'm assuming they're just going to play out there. Dino first, deal one of everything, then they can attack with their hardy veteran. Maybe they think if I don't realize that, I am going to block here. Because I'm going to take one and then one from them playing this, presumably. I think they were hoping I blocked here and this could do a one to everything and kill it off, but not today. Obviously, we're going to crack this for our planes. We don't need to deal damage unnecessary. So if they have removal for this, it's going to be a dangerous turn. We're going to take 5, 8, and go down to 6. So let's hope they don't have removal. We can still double block it next turn and kill it with a Thrash of Raptors. If that is the case, but we'll be down to 6, and then they get ping and put us down to 2. So removal is pretty rough here. The only thing I can think of that they have in these colors though is like the kind of pacifism spell. Hunt the Weak with trade. Bar doesn't quite kill it. So I'm okay. Assuming they don't have that or Pious Interdiction. Okay. It's unfortunate because if we do trade, they can just get it back now. But I think we still have to. It slows them down a bit, and that's what we want to do. Another Forerunner is interesting. We could search up something, but what's cool about this is next Dino we play on our turn can take out Hardy Veteran. Is that what we want to do? So if we play this now, their attacks next turn are, they could attack with this and this. It sucks that they don't have to tap to sacrifice this, because they can basically get in for an attack, sack it, and then still play their guy and ping one to everything. So then I can't really block any of the 2/2s. It might be better just to play the Sun-Crested Pterodon here. I think it prevents some damage from us. It might be cool if they play out another 2-drop to catch them off guard with this Forerunner. If they attack with everything, I might double block here. They're just going to play it and pass. Ooh, okay. So land would be great. Getting to topple out would be really good. Maybe this is a mistake, not having a ramp in this. Basically have to survive into 8 lands. Oh, that's actually a good draw here. Now I can get in for 2 here. I don't really need to deal damage to everything. This thing is vigilance. Leave this back to block this, obviously. So I think we're still in good shape. This Atsukanzir kind of makes things a little difficult. Hopefully they don't have a Colossal Dreadmaw here or something. Okay, that's fine. I'm not surprised they did that, because now I can't block with this, but they're going to attack with... I wonder what they're going to attack with. Probably these 2. That makes sense. So they're going to make me want to try to trade with this, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I could just trade with the Forerunner. It doesn't look like they have any weak creatures. It's not doing much, but I think I'm going to go down to 10 and be okay still. Just need to make sure we leave up blockers for this charging. Oh, there we go. Makes sense. They're just gonna sack this and bring it back to life. But we have Thrasher Raptors to deal with it. Or we could always triple block with these three guys if need be. So now I could do 3 damage to everything if we're able to play Thrasher Raptors and Forerunner. Or Forerunner. We have Forerunner down, then we play Thrasher Raptors and Shake the Foundations in the same turn. But it really, I mean, it would just kind of not do much for us. So I think I'm just going to play Thrasher Raptors here. I assume they're going to sack this and then replay the Charging Tuscadon or the Raging Regisaur. But that's fine. We get it for another 2. So I think I'm going to trade off here, because what happens if they bring back the Charging Tuscadon? I can still double block here, and or I could double block here and then Shake the Foundation to kill it. I just don't want to go down to 4, obviously. If they have a trigger, that would suck. Sack and yeah. Oh, they're giving themselves land. Is that just, are they gonna double spell? I'm okay if they double spell. Still, I think. If we draw a land, we could play Forerunner and then get Raging or whatever the 3/5 is on top, which would be great. Don't think they're gonna ping anything. Okay, so they did double spell. So that's not ideal. They only have the 1 dinosaur though. That's actually a good draw. It gives us a blocker, and then we can definitely go search up the Bellowing Aegisaur now, because now we can play it, assuming this thing survives, which we'll make sure it survives. And we can give everything. You know what? I might switch this out for a second Bellowing Aegisaur. It's a little more realistic to get to. With the double Forerunner, we have a good chance of so this is gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna get double. There's enough for them to scoop. That was a nice little combo. Okay, so yeah, I don't think the top of Prima Dawn's going to happen. So I'm going to take that out, replace with the Bellowing Aegisaur. I still like our mana base. I might put in, they have a lot of big creatures, so I'm going to put in this other Stampeding Horncrest and maybe take out this. They didn't have a lot of flyers, but this is, if the bottom's stalled, that's a way we can get in. I don't think we need this Pirate's Pillage anymore, so I think I'm going to make that. Shake the Foundation didn't look too great. Legion's Judgment looks really good, so I think I'm going to make that switch. They didn't have Vamps, I don't think. So I think we're good with this. Oh, this is a really good starting hand. Depending on what their turn is, we'll play Raptor Hatchling or Stormfleet, Swashbuckler. It'll be nice if we make sure a dinosaur survives by turn 5 or by land 5, so this thing has haste. But we'll do what makes sense, obviously. Okay, nice, nice. I think we're gonna go for the Raptor Hatchling. I mean, if they play a 3-drop up. Okay, so that was a mistake. We could have got an extra 2 points of damage there. think I want to use my mana wisely. So I'm gonna Legion store here. Then next turn we can double spell. Grab them both because we don't want to draw one and we don't have to discard. If they're still mana land. Okay, that's fine. So we're just gonna go for running them over here. I think we're gonna see red this thing. If they want to trade here, that's fine. They don't have red, so they can't bombard. The mana base is kind of screwed up. No, we're just gonna get this out. If they don't have a removal, we're gonna be at 10. We're gonna have the Ascend next turn and the Stampeding Horncrest. Yeah, that was it. They just got screwed, and we had a really aggressive draw. But yeah, let's edit the deck and make the changes that we did previously. I know some of the changes were based on what we saw, so I might leave the Shake the Foundations in instead of put in the Legion's Judgment. But I think without having that ACOS, we can put another one in and take out that Pyrus Pillage. So let's run that. Do you like my my jean padding here in the back of my head? You know, sometimes you just don't want to fold laundry and you just don't want to hang things up on a hanger, so you just put it up on a door or you put them up on a chair. I can't be the only one that does this. I am an adult, I swear. I have a full-time job, I pay my bills on time. It's just the extra 30 seconds of hanging up a piece of clothing is not even, it's like 10 seconds. It's too much. It's just too much. I'd much rather have a bunch of fantasy creatures battle each other. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Yep, this is a solid hand. Gonna keep that for sure. Got our two main colors. We got some good plays. It's a little slow. We don't have the play till turn 3, but Lightning Ring Crew should probably stop most things on the ground, except for that. But that's okay. Forerunner's gonna wreck it. It might get a few hits in, but if they augment it, that'll be pretty unfortunate. But maybe they might have a bunch of small 1-drops. This might be a Merfolk deck, which you don't see too much of these days since Rivals of Ixalan's Merfolk pool is pretty weak. It's nice that they didn't have a play there. Oh, that's also good. I don't think we're going to play Bonanza Horncrest anyway next turn. I'd rather play 4 of the Empire. So I'm just going to put out my Lightning Rig. Plus Lightning Rig Crew can ping for 1. Keep up with this. There's Cloak Herald. Okay, I'm way okay with that. It's kind of a weird combination. I wonder what the deck's trying to do. It's a very aggressive card. This is not an aggressive card whatsoever. I think it's just gonna have Forerunner. I can Forerunner up Regisaur. Double spell with the Bonner Horncrest and the Kinjala's Collar, and then when it comes into play, just the following turn, just get counters on everything, hopefully, even though they'll see it coming and they might have a plan to block ours. Oh, we gotta change this current record here. Oh. There we go. I mean, I see what they're doing. I don't know if that's the best use of that card. This technically lets us leave a land open. Not that it matters. I don't really see a benefit of pinging everything. Not that I think they have anything. They can maybe have pounce, and pinging can somehow... No. If we ping everything, they could pounce this. But so I don't think the risk is actually real, but there's absolutely no reason for us to do it. And now they have this cute little 2/2 that it can't be blocked, but we can send in with the Bonnet and Horncrest, and that's going to be tough for them to do something with. And the thing we can attack with if we don't want trade-off is this Lightning Grid Crew. It can actually attack, which might be worth it. So that's going to deal some damage, but next turn we get the Bellowing Aegisaur combo happening. Whew, maybe we should do that. It could double block it, and then I'd be trading 1 for 1, which would be unfortunate. I think it'd be better to kind of catch them off guard with next turn. They think they're ready. It looks like they want to race. So I'm going to say yes to this. It's going to give all my thing counters. And then I'm going to attack with this. And it shouldn't be able to block because the 1 damage is going to be offset by the counter everything gets. If they have a lot of ways to keep on pumping this, we might be in trouble. But let's see. So they would have to... I don't want to give this up because it's going to be a source of another counter next turn. So I'm just going to attack with my Lightning Grid Crew. Oh, I can attack with the Kinjali's Collar. They could just eat it here, but it's not really doing much. But it can be a 2/5 next turn. Yeah, I think this is... We lose out 1 point of damage from this tapping instead of attacking. But they can't... They can't kill this. And if they have a double block and a spell to kill this, then this is going to get in for 1 point anyway. Yeah. I'm okay with this. Next turn's going to be rough for them if they don't have a way to remove this. Okay, so that kind of hurts, but we're still out winning the race here. We can attack with our Forerunner next turn because this is going to have 1 damage on it and it's going to have... That's fine. That's going to be dead. I'm surprised they play it. So this is a real good turn for us. Okay, so this is a 5/5. It can trade for any 2 of these now. This is 7/7. We can attack. We can attack with this. If they want to throw away something to block it, that's fine. All my other guys get stronger. We have to be pretty aggressive here. And now it makes sense to attack with the... It makes sense to attack with everything. Let's see what happens here. I'm not going to commit. I'm just going to think about it. So they have to have 8 power to crack back. They only have 1 spell. Even if they chump, they're still taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And all their things will be dead. And then they'd have to do 8 damage to me next turn, which seems highly unlikely. They can leave... I think I need to leave 1 thing back. I'm going to do the Lightning Crew back. It can tap and deal damage. They can just kind of bounce this off this, but then they lose a chump blocker to one of these things. And then this stays back. This is good enough. And they need to block something. They need to at least block this and this. So there goes 2 of their guys. I think this is the thing that makes the most sense. Yeah, so this Bellowing Aegisaur plan is it's pretty solid. I think that's a sick combo, having 2 of those and 2 of the Forerunners. That's fine. Everything else gets a token. I can kill their 3/3, which is what I'm going to do. I want less power on their side. or everything gets a counter. And now we got some pretty beastly creatures here, so unless they end us this turn, which I don't know how they get 6 damage through. Yeah. Alright, so that was solid. It looks like they have a pretty aggressive deck. So I'm thinking in early, but what we saw were like not really. It's weird. We saw the 1/1, which was aggressive. It looks like the whole plan is to get the 1/1 buffed and going. They had that fight spell, but our creatures are generally pretty big. I'm not too worried about that. I'm just wondering if we want another like deal 1 damage to everything. Shake the Foundation. Fanatical Firebrand's good. If we do want another one there, we might not need the Sky Marcher. I don't think it's doing much for us. I'm gonna make that change. We have a lot of big things, so like their creatures aren't gonna stop us on the ground too much, and it didn't look like they have too much flyers. It's possible that they have some with blue, but I'm not too worried about it. Alright, this is kind of a slow hand again, but we have Shake the Foundation. And we go Forerunner into, you know, we'll see what kind of lands we draw. Yeah, I might grab something with the Forerunner if we draw 1 more land. Actually, I don't know. What am I gonna... Just grab another Bellowing Aegisaur. So if they play something with 1 health on the ground, it's gonna suck that I played this, but I don't really want to miss a land drop. Looks like they're going for a forest. I'm gonna Bonanza Horncrest, because then I can play Stampeding Horncrest next turn and then attack for 9 into what looks like nothing. They might Water Knot it or something, but okay. That's how they use their turn. They're a little behind on getting stuff on the board, and we have a pretty big creature. We can still Stampede a Horncrest for 4 next turn. Oh, totally fine with that. They're gonna take 9. This thing's not gonna be able to attack for or block for some time. That's fine. That's a desperation sea legs. Sea legs right there. Yeah, I don't think there's much decisions points happening right now. If they slow down, still can't block. If they have something, we can always Shake the Foundation. So I'm just gonna play our planes, attack with these 2, see what they do. Let's get our big things here. I mean, this thing might be able to block next turn, but we could double Shake the Foundation if they only drop like little 2. Okay. It's definitely not a bad card for them to draw. Alright, but if we get a blocker out of the way. Sure, they're going to draw a card. But then they're going to probably trade 1 for 1, and then I could double Shake the Foundation. Or if I double Shake the Foundation, they definitely have to block everything. And all their guys are going to die. They're going to draw 2 cards, but I don't think that's a problem. They're going to probably trade off here and here, and I'll have a 3/5. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting. I can play Forerunner and then Raptor Hatchling. That double pings everything. It gets me a wider board. I think that's what we want to do. Let's get something. Let's get the Sun-Crested Pterodon, something in the sky, just in case we need to finish off for 1 point. It's a little harder block. I'm gonna play Raptor Hatchling. It's gonna come in. It's gonna give them cards, but I'm not worried about them having cards. The board's gonna be really wide, so we'll get ping everything. It's gonna kill itself. Oh, maybe I should have done that. I think I would have got the counter then. I'm really bad at clicking through these things. I'm gonna do it again, I think. I don't think there's a downside. I mean, the only downside is they get a card. They get another card, but like I said, I'm not worried about them having cards. I'm just gonna swing with... So this can trade for either of these. They have to block here. They're gonna be... They're not chump blocking anything. But if they leave this alive, we could just make these guys big next turn too. And then they'll be down to 3. And then we'll have 3 lethal threats on board against their 5 mana and 6 cards. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'll be surprised. Really. They're going to go down to 1 and give us all counters. Well, I mean, you only have so much mana, right? So like having a ton of cards in hand isn't great when you're 3 blockers down, there's a 5/5 trample, and you have 1 health. We're dropping the flyer next turn for sure. I mean, I get, yeah, okay. Cool deal. All right, so 4-0 so far in games. I think the deck is pretty strong. We've assembled a pretty nasty combo of just making all of our already big creatures that much bigger. I think what would be weak to get is a deck with good like non-damage removal, so something like black, and maybe like a black-white deck might be tough. But then all of our pinging can get them pretty good. It's a little awkward. We need planes to have a 3-drop. If not, we might have a really slow draw. But I think we can keep this. I mean, I don't want to get rid of a hand with... It's likely we'll draw some Dino or maybe another planes or something. Let's see here. Well, that's one color that we're not especially excited to see. I have to do some sideboard changes again. I still don't think this Exaltant Sky Marchers. That might be something we come off the sideboard. Okay, well we have a lot of ways to ping that at least. We just need to find them. And that was a good draw. I'm not gonna give them a chance to even attack with that. It can be a dangerous card. Okay, so if they're doing the like small pirate plan, our bigger guys will definitely help. Maybe they'll take 2 damage from that 3-cost pirate. There we go. All right. Winning the race. We haven't even attacked yet. White mana would be good. Cool. So good. I'm so good at drawing the lands we need. Okay, so obviously we got turns or plays for the next turn of the Stampeding Horncrest, even though it won't have haste, which is kind of a bummer. Attack into me, that's fine. I'll take it. I wouldn't mind if they used some removal on this Exalted Sky Marcher. So I'm gonna attack with this. I wouldn't place E-Red onto something with 3 open black that get Vanquished a week. I think I'd rather just play this. They don't really have an answer in 3 black for Stampeding Horncrest. It looks like they're trying to land. Okay, so if they are red-black aggro, I'm happy with the creatures we have, but I'm worried about their removal. But they're a little behind board right now. If they tap out to kill the Stampeding Horncrest, and then attack for 3. I'm still okay with that. We got Bellowing Aegisaur coming down next turn, but if they have 2 good removal spells, we might be in trouble. Let's see here. Yeah. Red and black does have a lot of removal. Luckily, a lot of red removal doesn't kill Bellowing Aegisaur. None that I can think of. And even if they do, we got the second one. So I think these Bellowing Aegisaurs are going to be pretty tough for them unless they have like Ravenous Chupacabra. Or more Impales or Contract Killings or things of that nature. Walk the Plank. You know, one of the 28 black removal spells in this format. Okay, that's fine. So swinging Sea Red on this is actually not a very good combo because you want it to take damage. So you don't really want to give it first strike, but I'm not attacking. Maybe I'll throw it on one. If they have removal, I think they would use it. Maybe they have Contract Killing. This is interesting. We can get another Bellowing Aegisaur down. Or we can get Bonnet Horncrest and Sea Red out. But if I play Sea Red, I think I want to play it on Bonnet Horncrest, so... And if they have removal, they're 2-for-1ing me. So I think the best thing to do is the Bellowing Aegisaur. But they're kind of behind. I want to be attacking. Maybe I Sea Red the Sky Marcher and play the Bonnet Horncrest. Worst case scenario, they have to double block and they kill it. Yeah. They don't have anything that could blow us out. This is now immune to their, you know, anything like Vanquish the Weak. Attack here. And now they're going to have 3 pretty... Like, all of these creatures are pretty well spread out in terms of power. So, if they do have it, just straight up removal. I'm not feeling too bad yet. Our board is pretty strong. It's just going to get stronger. But if they have, like, removal into removal into removal, we're going to run out of gas. But they're already down to 10 health, so... And they have to double block either of these to kill. That's fine. That's no problem whatsoever. They can now double block the Bonnet Horncrest profitably, but I don't know if they would do that. They might want to kill this, and to do that, they would have to put that through. Ooh, okay. So I can Forerunner into... Okay, I'm going to Forerunner into Raptor Companion. Let it ping 2 to everything. It'll kill this. And then if I attack with both of these, it'll be a 2-for-1 no matter what. And if they block here and block here, they won't be able to kill this with a single block. They could kill this with a single block, but I think at that point I'll get another token on everything. It'll be fine. Oh, wait. I can't do that this turn. Duh. I'm still going to do it, though. I like the double ping in one turn. Or I could just do a Stampeding Horncrest and have a haste attacker next turn. Maybe I'll do that. I think that's better. It's less cute, but so I think I'm just going to attack with the 4/4 here. And then next turn I can swing with everything that's slightly buffed. And everything's... A lot of things are going to present lethal. I feel good about this. We'll see. That doesn't really do much for me. Or worry me too much. I don't know what their hand looks like, though. I'm okay if they start trading things off. I mean, what are they gonna do here? Yeah. Okay, so it looks like they have an aggressive pirates deck. Kind of happy with where we are, actually. I might want another Shake the Foundation. Do we see any X1s? We did. I might Shake the Foundation. Get a second one in there. Pinging things seems to be very good for us. And, what do we want to take out for that? This Exultant Sky Marcher did work for us, but I don't think it's necessarily something we need. I'm glad we're splashing green because we haven't drawn our Hunt the Week yet. But that's okay. This is a solid hand, especially if they have a... Oh, they mulligan. Feeling pretty good about this. Oh, they mulligan to 5. Feeling real good about this. I mean, they're so behind on cards. If this can trade just like 1-for-1, something they have, that's gonna hurt them. Now we have the opportunity to kill X2 if we wait till 3 mana and keep this thing alive. And then we got some pretty solid high end here. Free curve into this is a great curve. You're attacking for a 9 on turn 5. If we could draw the land. Oh, that's good. I swear I don't draw this well usually. It's nice that I'm recording something that's going well. I'm not necessarily upset about shaking the foundations to kill this, but I'm not gonna do it. I'll wait till their turn. I'll take my 2 and pass. The only bad thing is they play X2. This thing's tapped, so I can't tap and kill it on their turn, but it looks like they're just having a rough time here. Once they see Mon and Horngross, they might just scoop. Okay, let's see what they do here. We're almost at I mean, obviously drawing a land would be nasty at this point. They're not going to have anything that's going to be able to deal with this. Okay, so that kind of messes up my Shakes the Foundation game, but because there's only a deals creatures without flying, so I'm gonna still attack with this and this. If they block here, obviously I can ping it with this, so they're not gonna do that. But this is not a race they're gonna win, and we didn't really draw the right card we wanted. We wanted to land there, but it's just a matter of time, I think. Pretty far behind because they're mulligans, and we have strong cards in hand. They do have lifelink, but they got 5/5 to deal with, and soon to be a double strike ascend. That's fine. Okay, so these Shake the Foundation, so looking pretty useless, but we just get a permanent out. This thing has double strike, and then they're taking 10. I think they're just dead. Swing with everything. I'm not going to attack with Fanatical Firebrand because I can ping them to death if that's what it takes, which I think it will. Well, it's not going to be good. I'm not going to waste it to ping them. I think they're going to be at 2 health. Yep, this game is all but over. I don't think there's a card in the deck that can save him. All right, well it's pretty nice when that happens. That deck ended up being a lot more powerful than I was expecting. I didn't realize that double Raging Aerosaur, double Forerunner, plus other ways to ping, especially with the Raptor Hatchling. I think I called it Companion before, The Raptor hatchling is basically a double trigger on the Aegisaur, and you end up with a 4/4 trample, and then you get 2 counters on everything. If you have both out, you get 4, which is pretty nasty. Assuming you have the Forerunner, but it's nice that you can, like, if you can play the Bellowing Aegisaur, you have enough mana to pull out the Raptor hatchling and have the Forerunner going. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, nice clean 3-0. Thanks for watching. I'll post this to YouTube as well, even though this is on Twitch, even though, as you can see, I don't have a lot of followers yet. But yeah, if you like what you see, come follow my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Dinospore. It's the same as my YouTube name. And yeah, I'm really liking this format. Hoping to draft some more. See you.